by going through difficulties and disappointments. This gentleman has not only done it, but he's found a way to win and win big. He's a husband, he's a father, and he made an investment to come here and say, listen, I want to come here and bring it and give to the people. So listen, I want y'all to stand up and give it up for one of our favorite speakers in the entire world, Mr. Inky Johnson!
Make some more noise for Inky right now. Let's go. What's up? What's up? Hey, first and foremost, before we get started, man, before these brothers take a seat, can we give them a hand and everybody that played a part of it?
Let's get it.
Second, before I get started, can we say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the room?
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Y'all can take your seats. So many beautiful people. Man, give yourselves a hand for making an investment. But real quick, before I get started, I want to come off stage real quick. I like to hear from the people, and so I want to come off stage, and I want somebody to tell me what you're gonna do with the information that you've acquired this weekend. All right, execute. Create generational wealth for your family. Somebody talk to me. Who? The rich. Oh, get rich. I'm gonna say the rich. I don't know, you better hit the spot. Anybody else? Change the cycle. Talk to me. Build generational wealth. Yes, sir. Retire your mom. Let me get two more.
Break generational curses.
Create systems. Leave a legacy. Gotcha. They told me to stay away from that too. That's my bad. I'm gonna tell y'all why I asked that question, right? Like I come from a sports background, right? And so I've been in enough environments to where, like, I'm not much of a talker outside of speaking, right? Like I'm not one of these guys that talk a lot about what I'm gonna do. I just strap it up and I do it. Commitment a lot. Commitment to me means, can I stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left? Meaning once I leave the environment that I was excited in, once I leave the environment that I acquired the information in, once I go out, I think the greatest trick that life plays on all of us is when we go out and we got dreams, goals, and aspirations, and we say we're gonna do it, and when we go out, life hits us with enough of opposition away from becoming a potential first-round draft pick. This ain't lip service, right? I had 350 staples in my body. I got 6 incisions down my left eye, one across the left side of my neck, one across the right, twice through my right ribs, cut out my right leg, bottom of my armpit to the bottom of my hand, 350 staples in my body, and they bandaged me from my neck to my knees. It happened overnight, though, right? Most people get on the journey, and it happens through a process. Mine happened overnight to where I was trying to acquire something, had the paperwork that said it was about to happen and manifest, and then overnight I found myself in the emergency room, and I was fighting for my life. And I had just left Atlanta, Georgia, east side of Atlanta to be exact, 2-bedroom home, 14 people, sleeping on the floor with roaches and rats. And I had just told my mother and my grandmother, when I left Atlanta, I'm gonna be the first one in this family to graduate college. It wasn't about education. It wasn't about an institution. It was about a vow, a promise, and sacrifices that have been made to put me in that position. I didn't say I was gonna graduate college unless my right arm and hand got paralyzed. I said I'm gonna graduate college. I didn't say unless I almost lose my life. I said I was gonna graduate college. I didn't say unless my football dream got deferred. I said I was gonna graduate college. I'm trying to teach you a level and a lesson in the process of it happens or it happens. Right? Like, I'll never forget, man, I was traveling out to Texas A&M, and I love adversity and opposition. Right? Like, that's the quest of entrepreneurship. I've been speaking now going on 16 years. Full time, right? Has done some to the average person and ask them why they want what they want. Average person will tell you, I want my family to have it better than I am. Average person will say, man, I want to give my kids a better way of life. Average person will say, man, I want to do this for my wife, my spouse. And the crazy thing is, more times than not, they got the potential and the skill set to be able to make it happen. That's the sad thing when you see a person and they got it and they got the juice and they still don't do it. Right? And they let something stop them prematurely, or they let somebody tell them something that shouldn't stop them based upon their aspirations and their level of commitment. Right? Like, I attended Crim High School. I'm connected to people. Right? And I faced a level of opposition and adversity that I didn't know I would face. And so I want to share something with you. Right? Like, I traveled quite a bit. Right? And I'll never forget, man, I was traveling to Texas A&M to speak. And I get on the plane and I get to Dallas and I call my wife and she pick up, and me and my wife been at it since 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like puppy love. I used to sneak in the back of grandma's house. Like, it's my girl, right? Talking about school bus, all that. And I called her when I get to Dallas. I said, babe, everything was going great. I'm about to board the last leg. I'm about to go to College Station. She said, cool. I hang up, I get in line. And I see the pilot coming off that joint. And as he's walking off, my man got his briefcase in his hand. And he walking at a pretty brisk pace, and I say to him, I said, man, I'm saying this, but I'm being kind of serious. Like, where you going? Like, you supposed to be going that way. Plane out there, you going this way. My man said, yeah, we hit a bird. I was like a little bird? Like, little bird? He's like, yeah, a bird. I was like, no disrespect to the bird, but bird is gone, right? That's a plane, that's a bird. He's like, yeah, but it's a whole protocol that you gotta go through. And so it can be blood on the plane, some things dent the plane, and we just gotta go through a protocol. I said, great, I fly a lot. Would you mind if I sit beside you? I wanna understand the protocol. He said, sure. I sit back on the side and I introduce myself. Hey man, I'm Ink. Can you tell me the protocol? And he says to me, Ink will be good unless they bring the plane tow truck. He said, if they bring the plane tow truck, we'll have to wait 2.5 hours. Within 3 minutes, what you think showed up? Plane tow truck. 2 hours go by, we sit, we board a new plane, get on it, we're leaving on the runway. Pilot comes over the intercom and says, guys, I hate to inform you, but we have to go back to the gate. People on the plane are like, nah, my man gotta be pumping us. He said they forgot to load the luggage. Oh, they go crazy. How can you forget the luggage? There's no luggage on the plane, right? I'm a guy, I don't even like to get mad. But you ever been in an environment with somebody, they get so mad, they start to make you mad. I'm like, my man beside me making me mad. I don't even like to get mad. My man going nuts. And I say to him, hey man, I just want to see who forgot to load the luggage. Right? Like, I'm one of these people, if I'm gonna come get you, you know how some people say, I'm gonna come get you, I'm gonna do this to you. Let me just say, I'm gonna come get you. And I said to my man, I just want to see who forgot to load the luggage. And we're pulling back up to the gate, and I look out the window, I see 2 full luggage bins. My man living La Vida Loca. My man flossing the whole nine. My man out there dancing. My man got a Sprite, a Dr. Pepper. My man chilling. It ain't no luggage on the plane. I say to the dude beside me, I said, bro, my problem is not even an adversity and opposition. Like, I expect that. Right? I'm not one of these people who get goals, dreams, and aspirations, and I get in fantasy land and I act like I'm playing Mario Kart. Like, I'm not one of these people that want something and think it's just gonna be Mayberry for me to go and get it. Like, I expect adversity and opposition. Right? Like, I warrant adversity and opposition. I've been through enough adversity and opposition right now that my perspective about it is totally different to where when it shows up, I'm not one of these people that's just gonna complain and beat a dead horse. I view it differently. I understand that my perspective suspect it affects my performance if I can process it the right way. And so I said to him, I'm not concerned about the adversity and opposition. I'm concerned about when you look at adversity and opposition, as people, we're so arrogant. Right? Like people are so arrogant, man. Like people get up every single day and they just feel as if I'm gonna chase my dream, my goal, and my aspiration, and if something happens, I'll rise to the occasion, I'll be ready for it. And I think as people we know, we don't rise to the occasion when we work back to our training. Meaning the individuals that we were prior to the opposition, prior to the adversity, prior to the challenge, that is the individual that's gonna show up in the midst of it every single time. My favorite quote is the quote by Dr. King. You judge the true character and caliber of a person, not by where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. You judge the true character and caliber of a person by where they stand in times of challenge and controversy. Everybody know what to smile when they're making money. Everybody know what to do when they close a deal. Everybody know what to do when things go the way they want it to go. Everybody gonna leave a conference and go out the door and say, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. And then when Monday morning comes, some people gonna take action and some people not. Everybody gonna talk about they want generational wealth. And the crazy thing about it, when you talk to the average person and ask them why they want what they want, average person won't tell you, I want my family to have it better than I have. Average person won't say, man, I wanna give my kids a better way of life. Average person won't say, man, I want to do this for my wife, my spouse. And the crazy thing is, more times than not, they got the potential and the skill set to be able to make it happen. That's the sad thing, when you see a person and they got it, and they got the juice, and they still don't do it. Right? And they let something stop them prematurely, or they let somebody tell them something that shouldn't stop them based upon their aspirations and their level of commitment. Right? Like I attended Crim High School, I'm an Atlanta public school kid. Right? And at the time that I attended Crim, it was the lowest performing public school in the state of Georgia. People weren't going to college. And here comes old happy-go-lucky Inc. from this 2-bedroom home with 14 people. And my first day at the high school, they said, hey, what's your plan? I said, I'm going to D1, I'm going to college. Cops start searching me, head to the bottom of my feet, back up to my midsection. My man said to me, you probably going to go to cell block D1. I'm like, man, I ain't never met you a day in my life. It's got to be a mistake. My man said, no, I know about you. Your family attended the school, right? I said, yeah. He said, you got 2 uncles serving 20 and 40 years at the federal penitentiary right down the street, right? I said, yeah. He said, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You'll probably end up in cell block D1. You see, that's what somebody gonna tell you. You gonna do what for your mama? What make you think you different? You gonna do what for your daughter? What make you think you special? You gonna do what for your son? What make you think you different from the other 8 that grew up in the same house and environment that you grew up in? You gonna make how much money? What make you think you special and you different? You gonna create what type of, what make you think because you grew up in the same household and environment that you gonna do something different? And so when he said it to me, I walked over to him and I said, man, like, I'm telling you, you're making a mistake. He said, no, we'll see. I said, we will. And my senior year rolled around, I got a scholarship to play football at the University of Tennessee. And the first person I went to see in my high school was that cop on the lunchroom. I ain't even handling the paper, I slid in the paper. He grabbed it and he said to me, I just want to ask you a question. I said, what you got? He said, you think when I said that to you, I was trying to break you, huh? He said, you thought I was trying to discourage you, huh? I said, yeah, you can't close that way. He said, don't get it twisted. He said, youngin', I've been at this school before you got here. I'm gonna be here after you leave. He said, but I heard so many people talk about what they were gonna do. I heard so many people frame a cue and knew they weren't gonna take action. I heard so many people talk about what they were gonna acquire and what they were gonna do, and they ended up at the gas station across the street trying to set up a baby trap and send off to prison. I heard so many people say it. He said, so when I said it to you, I just wanted to see would you retreat and say, you know what, you're probably right, I'll probably come across my environment. Or when I said it, would you walk over to me and say, nah, I'm telling you, I think you got the wrong one. So how did you do it? I said, you thought I was trying to go to college. He said, yeah. I said, I was trying to break a generational curse in my family. Nobody in my family had been to college. I said, you thought I was trying to go to college? He said, yeah. I said, I wanted to change the whole perception of the school. I wanted when somebody swore. You're talking about lowest performing public school in the state of Georgia. You think coaches wouldn't ride by me every day in a 745 when I'd be walking home trying to pick me up, promising me they could send me to Miami, promising me they could send me to Georgia, promising me they could get my mother off the double shift at Windows. And everybody coming up to me saying, Ink, if you want to make it, go to that school. Ink, if you want to make it, go be with that coach. Ink, if you want to make it, they gonna do this for your mother. And I'm like, nah, I think I can make it from zone 6. I think I can make it from that 2-bedroom home with 14 people living there. I think I can make it from the lowest performing public school in the state. So when you talk about against the odds, if you want to pay, if you look up a picture that says going against all odds, I'm your guy, bro. Right? I'm talking about against the odds. Right? I'm talking about against the odds, not selling out and going to cater. I'm talking about going against the odds and taking a long route. When you talk about going against the odds, a cat that had a way out and could have took it, and when it did something, I said, you thought I was trying to go to college. I wanted to eliminate every excuse, and my household knew if I went across town, my cousins would have came back to me and said, hey, we can't do what you did. You went across town with me. And so when I came back to them and said, bro, y'all can do the same thing I just did, they said, you're right, and all of them did it. Like somebody got to be willing to go first. Right? Cats talk about Dr. King. Like my man got a score beat. Educated brother. You think he had to take the route that he took? You think he had to make the sacrifice that he made? You think my man had to go on the quest that he was going on? But the purpose and the mission of what he was fighting for was a lot greater than him. You got some cats that talk about what they gonna do and they so selfish that they still set and their character don't even matter. Like they so selfish, the purpose is not in alignment. You talking about somebody calling his wife every single day saying, I'm gonna kill your whole family, and Coretta Scott King get off the phone saying, man, they say they gonna kill me and your daughters. Martin like, man, hang up the phone. Let's go to this bridge. Like I want you to catch it. Like we talking entrepreneurship, but I'm talking about changing a whole generation. It takes a certain type of mindset, mentality, and spirit, and certain level of character to do that. It can't just be based upon the superficial and the materialistic. You know the crazy thing? When I was in the hospital, I appreciated every kind word that everybody gave to me. But nobody could fight this battle. I appreciated everybody coming in to me saying, Inky, we praying for you. Inky, you're a good guy. I appreciated every word. But nobody can get up and walk them laps around the hospital for me. Nobody was in that doctor's office when they were sticking them tubes into my ribs and they was pulling them out and they were sticking them in and pulling them out. Nobody was going through that. I had to fight that own battle. I'm talking about a different mentality and different spirit. I'm talking about a level of commitment when life knocks the air out of you, you gotta pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back on the journey like this.